The individual sovereign ontological field, an explanation for everyday people. The individual sovereign ontological field, or simply your sovereign field, is the complete set of everything you are. Your consciousness, your history, your decisions, your sensitivity, your way of loving, your way of thinking, your creative power, and your relationship with life. It is not mystical or abstract. It is the way your being exists when no one else is deciding for you. It is your inner space where you can say, open quote, "This is me," without needing to fit into anything. Close quote. 1. What exactly is this field? Imagine a luminous circle around you, but made of your experiences, your values, your wounds and your lessons, your dreams, your most intimate identity, what makes you unique. All of that together forms your ontological field, your way of being in the world, of feeling, of creating, and of relating. When that field is sovereign, it means that no one has the right to manipulate what you think, no one can dictate who you must be, no one can decide for you what to remember or forget, no one can use your emotions as fuel, no one can take ownership of your story. Your field is your internal territory. What is the purpose of having a sovereign field? To live from your center and not from external pressures. A sovereign field allows you to think for yourself, not reacting automatically to what others want, expect, or demand. Choose your direction, having your own life project, even if others do not understand it. Relate without losing yourself, to love, accompany, and build without being absorbed or defined by anyone. Act pretty. Protect your boundaries, knowing how to say no without guilt and yes without fear. Create your own story, being the protagonist, not a secondary character in someone else's story. 3. How is a sovereign field formed? A sovereign field is neither given nor imposed. It is built. It forms when a person, 1, begins to know themselves deeply without masks. 2, makes their own decisions, even small ones. 3, heals or acknowledges their wounds instead of hiding them. 4, accepts their right to feel without shame. 5, creates their own narrative, that is, explains their life from their own point of view. 6, chooses relationships that respect them. 7, learns to be in silence with themselves. These 7 things together make the field consistent, full, and difficult to manipulate. #4. When is it lost or weakened? When the person lives under fear or guilt, they accept that others define what being valuable means, they force themselves to silence their pain, they stop making their own decisions, they disconnect from what they truly feel, they live in relationships that drain their energy, they believe their story does not matter. Many human beings live like this without knowing it, not because they are weak, but because they grew up in environments that do not respect inner sovereignty. 5. How is it recovered? With 3 essential movements, very simple but very profound. #1. Listening to yourself again. Your emotions are not enemies, they are a compass. 2. Recovering your story. No matter how many times others have denied it, your story is yours. 3. Choosing one genuinely free act each day. A sincere no, a real yes, a boundary, a desire, a step toward a dream. Every free act strengthens your field. What happens when your field is sovereign? 3 important things. You become much harder to manipulate. No one can confuse your perception or use you emotionally. B, you become a core. Other people begin to align around your clarity. It is natural. Sovereignty is contagious. C, your life begins to align with who you truly are. It is not magic, it is coherence. Life stops feeling against you and becomes more navigable. 7. Why share this idea? So that more people understand that they do not need permission to exist. They do not need to be perfect to be worthy. They do not need to be obedient to be loved. They do not need to fit into someone else's narrative. They do not need to give emotional energy to systems that do not care for them. A human being with a sovereign field is deeply free on the inside, even while living in a complex world. 8. A final phrase to publish with the text. You can include this phrase as a closing line. Open quote. A sovereign field is not born from power. It is born from profound self-respect. Close quote. See